ドジャースは日本時間10月5日、敵地フィラデルフィアでのフィリーズ戦でナリーグ地区シリーズ第1戦を迎えました。ドジャースの先発は MLB 初となる投打に投入で1番投手兼 DH で先発出場した大谷翔平投手。大谷選手は1回を三者凡退に抑え、好スタートを切るも2回にリアルミュート選手に右中間への2点タイムリーを浴び、先制を許す展開に。それでも今季56本塁打を放ち、リーグの本塁打王となったシュワバー選手を2打席連続の空振り三振に抑えるなど、6回89球を投げ、3安打、9奪三振、2四死球、3失点、最速 101.4 マイル、約 163.1 キロを計測する投球を見せました。気迫を前面に出した投球で、中盤は三振を奪うたびに雄たけびを上げるなどチームを鼓舞した大谷投手。また、この試合では2点リードの9回から佐々木朗希投手がマウンドへ。佐々木投手はリアルミュート選手からスプリットで見逃し三振を奪うと、その後ワンアウト二塁のピンチを迎えるも動揺することなく後続を二塁ゴロ三塁フライに仕留め、日米通じてプロ初セーブを挙げました。佐々木投手はわずか11球で1回を投げ切り、ストレート全7球が160キロ以上、最速は101マイル、約163キロでした。試合後の現地実況は、ドジャースがフィリーズの本拠地に乗り込み、大谷が勝ち投手、佐々木がセーブ、日本中がこの夜を祝福していますよ、と語りました。また、試合後には、米メディア、ブリーチャーレポートでは、大谷選手の投球を分析していました。ここからは、その様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
You'll be witnessing history this evening. Ohtani making his first ever postseason start. What are the Dodgers expecting from their unicorn?
This is insane. First of all, the media surrounding him. I know you know this, and it's not unprecedented, but it kind of is unprecedented. I was sitting around the batting cages yesterday with Dave Roberts, and I said, this guy, and he said, you have no idea. And I kind of got some of the ins and the outs. He wants to know, Shohei wants to know how, first of all, Dave says, I want to ride my starters because I need to, right? We've seen that Dodgers bullpen and how good the starters have been. But Shohei wants to know, how long am I going? Now, Dave said that goes away in the postseason. Of course, he'll do whatever we expect. But the reason he wants to know is that he's such a creature of habit and he's so stoic, is that if he's going to go 6, Adnan, he wants to make sure, Dave told me, that he can dial up 100 for the very last pitch. If he's going to go 7, he wants to make sure he keeps 100 in the tank for that very last pitch. It's unbelievable to watch him work. Everything is by design.
What are you expecting from Shohei in his first start? He's obviously been in the playoffs before, but now on the mound in a tough place to pitch.
Let's not forget that he's a big part of that offense. Now, when he's hitting, when he's pitching, it seems like he's focused so much on pitching and he's not locked in on hitting. I mean, you look at his number, there's different when he's pitching. Now, I expect him to pitch 3 to 4 innings today, especially with all the starters coming out of the bullpen, so he can continue focusing on hitting. I'm not expecting more. Plus, let's remember that his pitching count matters, especially now during the playoffs.
Hey, fellas, get this, and I love that, Poppy. When you talk about a series, you're talking about superstars galore. There's an embarrassment of riches and none bigger than Shohei Ohtani. You're going to see something in today's game in the first inning that you've never seen before. A guy that's going to lead off the game in Shohei with 55 home runs. Then he's going to go to the other side and face a guy who leads off, who has one more home run in Kyle Schwarber with 56. Trust me, one of the most aware, competitive guys on the planet is Shohei Ohtani. He's going to go try to embarrass him early, set the tone, and he's aware, and he'll have 2 opportunities to get first blood before the second inning starts.
Yeah, I mean, what makes him special? He's 6'5". He throws 100. He's got a great slider. He's got, what did Dontrell call it, a whoop-a-doop?
Whoop-a-dooper,
breaking
baby.
ball. He's got all that. Then he comes up and he hits home runs.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
he absolutely can do everything. But what I would look for is the Philadelphia Phillies are going to make him work. They want to get him out of the game. They want to get him into the bullpen because regardless of who you bring in, they're not Shohei Ohtani. So I would expect them to take a lot of pitches today.
It's kind of a fascinating series, Poppy, right? I mean, this is a LCS-worthy matchup that's taking place kind of one round earlier, right? A couple big heavyweights here. Who's got the advantage, do you think, if you look at it big picture?
I gotta stick with the Dodgers. The Dodgers had the offense. Their pitching is back. I mean, all the starters are coming back to life. Their bullpen is rich right now. I mean, and they had the playoff experience.
Yeah, this is the most epic series of all. It's a shame that it's 5, not 7.
So it is our first show back, so we should predict who's going to win the World Series. It seems to make sense. I know Derek loves it. D-Train, prediction, who's going to win the whole thing?
You know what? You guys messed with me last year being a company man, but I'm going to go back. Rematch of last year, Dodgers over Yankees in 6.
Still a company man. But I'm going to go with, I'm sticking with my pick at the All-Star game, Yankees over the Cubs. Now, I know it's not looking too good right now, but the Cubs need to get past Milwaukee and hope that Philly and the Dodgers beat each other up.
You didn't like the Brewers' 9-run 2 innings?
There's a lot of hope in there, Cap. So I'm going to go with, I think finally, Kevin, this is the year that Big Judge has a signature October. I'm going to go rematch to 2009 World Series. Yankees over Phillies. World Series MVP Aaron Judge. Yankees in 6.
3 different ones. Poppy, it's all the pressure on you, big boy.
The American League's loaded with really good teams.
Red Sox?
We're going to be watching. That's fine. We'll catch up with next year. But I got to tell you, the Mariners are looking really good, but I think the year going to stay blue. Dodgers over Mariners.
Dodgers, Mariners.
Well, at least I'm the only one that is
Go to
stuck with
Vegas,
the pick.
people.
Don't you owe me a seafood tower behind that
Stick with your
last
pick.
year?
You stuck with your pick from middle of the year.
Stuck with my pick.
It is game 1 of this NLDS matchup. And with that, we welcome you. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Anderson along with Jeff Francoeur. We'll hear from Lauren Shahadi in just a moment. And Frenchie, no place like Philadelphia. This place is rocking right now.
Philly in October, Mike Schmidt first pitch. Let's get it going, man.
They almost booed Mike Schmidt. It was a little short on his ceremonial first pitch. All right, let's start with the Dodgers because history being made today. The Ohtani rule is in effect. Shohei Ohtani, not only the DH, he's the starting pitcher today. His first postseason start. We've never seen this in Major League Baseball.
Because of the injury last year, we've had to wait 8 years to see this man pitch in October, and here it goes. I mean, 14 starts this year. He's been building back up, BA, but he comes into this at 16 2/3 scoreless. Faced the Phillies 3 weeks ago. They know they got their work cut out for him. And then offensively, do I even need to talk about it? 146 runs scored, 55 home runs. This guy was born for this moment, and we're about to see it.
2 home runs in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. The Dodgers advance past the Cincinnati Reds.
Dave, I know you want length from your starter. What does that mean for Shohei tonight?
You know, I think for me, we're going to try to get him through 6, maybe into the 7th inning. I like him at the century mark tonight, and he's locked in. I saw him a little bit earlier, and he's taking it to another level.
And I saw you staring out at the field for about 20 minutes. Wheels were turning. What were you contemplating, Dave?
Yeah, you know what? Before the game, I sort of kind of envisioned the way the game can go in a lot of different directions, which it can go. And the next part of my 20-minute kind of gander is looking at my players, and I like to see kind of how they're preparing, how their heartbeat is, and I just want to see where their minds are before the game.
Enjoy it. Good luck.
Thank you, Lauren.
Brian.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you to Dave Roberts. And Frenchie, it does beg the question. This is Shohei Ohtani's first ever postseason start. He is the leadoff hitter, and he's going to be at the plate shortly. His routine is very interesting now as he makes his way back to the dugout.
I mean, this is Little League, right? Like, this is high school ball here. You come, you warm up, you come in, you give high fives, and then instead of usually you'd sit down for 10, 15 minutes. No, he's got to go over. He's got to get his batting gloves. Look at him. He's getting some new ones fresh out of the bag, of course, for the Game 1. And here he is now on deck. So it's just a completely different thing. But if there's one guy that can handle it, and we talk about it, Dave Roberts tells us, he is so routine-oriented. He knows the moment, and he's ready.
First, now Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He'll be the MVP this year in the National League. It'll be his 4th and his 3rd straight.
You didn't know how it was going to go for him pitching-wise. Built back up, first start of the year, June 16th, and as Dave Roberts said, he is built and ready to go.
Ohtani, his fastball is at its best right now. All the metrics show that velocity, the spin of it, the RPMs. There's no more reins on him as he strikes out Trey Turner. And that's how Ohtani starts his night. Ohtani is riding a long scoreless streak himself going back to the regular season. As Schwarber, little half swing, a strike. 16 2/3 scoreless innings for Ohtani. He's been dominant on the mound, obviously dominant at the plate, 55 homers. And the guy who was 1 home run ahead of him this year, Kyle Schwarber, hitting second in this Phillies lineup. He went, says home plate umpire Nestor Ceja, and it's quickly 0-2.
So far, I think you can see both of these offenses, right? A little anxious, but both these pitchers already, you can tell, settled in.
Ooh. In most years, Schwarber might have won the most valuable player in a league with the numbers he put up. 56 homers, led the league, 132 runs batted in, did the same. But that's going to belong to Ohtani this year. And that one misses low. First postseason start ever for Shohei Ohtani, but he has pitched in some big games in his life in Japan and in the World Baseball Classic. Schwarber, high fly ball to right. Towering fly ball that Hernandez squeezes for out number 2. Just missed it a click. Did Kyle Schwarber.
That was a big league fly ball by Schwarber.
Yes, it was. Wow. Harper on the first pitch, a cut to miss.
And you talked about it, his fastball velocity for the first time in his career above average spin rate with the RPMs, and his strikeout rate is also the highest it's been on that pitch.
Little tapper, Ohtani, no problem. And 1-2-3 inning, great start for Shohei Ohtani in his first postseason inning. They'll be on the run with a crack of the bat here with 2 outs. Hernandez, a high fly ball deep into right center. Got some barrel on that one. It's got some carry, and it is gone. Teoscar Hernandez. A 3-run home run in the 7th inning. He has flipped the scoreboard. 5-3 Dodgers.
Strom had almost escaped the jam. Was able to get Ohtani with the strikeout, able to get Betts to fly out. Teoscar Hernandez, that we talked about, 2 home runs in game 1 of that wild card. 1-0 fastball and shoots it to right center. Wow. What an AB. Now, as good as Sasaki looked the other night, the thing we talked about was coming into this atmosphere and this crowd, how he would handle it, and we're going to find out in a minute.
He's been a big star in Japan, following in the footsteps of Shohei Ohtani. Matter of fact, Sasaki broke Ohtani's fastball velocity record at the high school level. In Japan, high school baseball is akin to March Madness here in the States. Huge tournament as Ohtani draws the walk to avoid that 5th strikeout. And a bouncing ball to third. Bohm makes a play, and Duran, in his postseason debut as a Philly, gets through it scoreless. Here comes Sasaki. Dodgers lead it 5-3. Last call for Philadelphia. 8th inning, Phillies coming up. Dodgers lead it 5-3, and Roki Sasaki with his first Major League save opportunity. It comes in game 1 of a division series. JT Realmuto leads off.
Again, you wonder, he was outstanding the other night in LA to close out that series. 1 inning, only 11 pitches, 2 Ks, but we talked about this, that electric fastball and split.
Dodgers tighten up their outfield defense. Hernandez is out. Teoscar. Justin Dean into center. That moves Pages to right. Sasaki, it is a gamble, but his stuff is off the charts. He returned the 3rd week of September. He missed 4.5 months with a shoulder injury. A couple of scoreless appearances out of the bullpen in the final week of the regular season. And then he pitched the 9th in game 2. Never pitched in relief before this September. And a called strike 3. Dropped the splitter on him. Realmuto strikes out. And out number 1 for Sasaki here in the 9th.
Yeah, watch this splitter, BA. Just tumbles right over, and you can see that Realmuto gave up on it. I think he even said, wow. It's almost like that big 12-6 curveball. You give up on it. And Got him looking.
All those questions about the Dodger bullpen. And it got a little dicey in the 8th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. There's a line drive that is going to get down fair. Max Kepler on his way to second. Belly flop, he is in there. A risky play by Kepler, but he makes it. And it's a 1-out double here in the 9th. Kepler is in there. Nick Castellanos is the tying run. First ball swinging, bouncer to second base. Miguel Rojas makes a play. Over to third goes Kepler, and the Phillies are down to their last out. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Dodgers 5-3. Stop. Takes a strike. What a story this would be if the Dodgers have found their closer. One ball, one strike. Stott pops this one up. This could do it. Over is Muncy into foul grounds. And the Los Angeles Dodgers with a comeback win. Snatch back game 1 and go up 1-0 in this best of 5. Teoscar Hernandez with a game-changing 3-run homer in the 7th. Dodgers win game 1 5-3.
Now, we talked about this Dodgers bullpen, and Dave Roberts told us before the game he wanted his high leverage guys. What did they do tonight, Brian? They had Ohtani. They went to Glasnow. They got 1 out from Vesia, and they got their closer Sasaki to come in and get the big out. And so he got his high leverage guys. And for the Phillies, they went up 3-0, but were not able to add on. And I'll tell you what, this was quite the game 1.
Back and forth, the team that had the most comeback wins in the National League this year. The Dodgers are shaking hands here at Citizens Bank Park. Sasaki earns his first save in his first chance. And an incredible story developing with the Dodgers in Roki Sasaki anchoring down that bullpen, and to come into Citizens Bank Park and notch his first save. How impressive.
I mean, I watched you watch it. When did you know it was out? The crowd couldn't really tell, Teo.
I hit it pretty good.
Yeah.
I know it was going to be off the wall or homer.
This place, Teo, is the definition of home field advantage. How did you steal it away in game 1?
It's great. I like this.
You like
I like
this?
pressure.
You could get used to
I like
this.
Pressure. Love the way the game was. The pressure, the fans. I love everything.
Congratulations. The moment is yours, Teo.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Dodgers come in here, get a win from Ohtani and a save from Sasaki, and all of Japan is reveling in this night.
Alex, you came into this game bases loaded, of course. You were able to execute, but to be in that moment, describe going on the mound, feeling it, and closing that one out.
Yeah, this place is loud. It's great atmosphere. I mean, for myself, Mark comes out, we go over a little scouting report, and you know, just trusting my strengths there. You know, getting 1 out. So obviously it went the way we wanted to, and then Roki comes in, shuts the door. It's a good win by the Dodgers. Teo, that bomb was sick.
What was the reaction to the bullpen? We saw him losing his mind.
We were going nuts. We were going nuts. J-Bone, our trainer, he almost passed out. So yeah, we were in a good spot down there after that homer.
Okay, can you take us just to that 6th inning really quick? When you guys were able to kind of pass the baton, getting to Sanchez, getting him out of the game, what were you just seeing there, and what adjustments did you make?
I mean, I think all credit to Freddie. Freddie got us going with a 2-out walk. It was a big at bat. He took some tough pitches, and then after that, Tommy, you know, taking what they gave him, a pitch away, he went with it, and then he kind of showed me everything. He threw me all 3 pitches, and you know, he had a lot more movement than the last time we faced him at home. So you know, I was trying to like really not do too much and just trying to get a pitch to hit, and he actually made a really good pitch. I was able to stay inside that ball and keep it fair.
It felt like the tides kind of started to turn there. Did you start to feel the momentum building on the offense, and then you guys were able to get to the bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's always a matter of time. It's always a matter of getting it going, and it seemed like we did it at the right time. And after that, you know, Teo with a big 3-run homer like he's done time after time last 2 years, and all credit to the pitching. I think Shohei, after that 1 inning, he kept us in the game. He kept doing it, and the bullpen came in, shutting the door. It was really huge for us.
You saw Roki Sasaki close out the wild card. For him to close this one out in this atmosphere, what was it like just being behind him?
I mean, it was huge. I wasn't sure what to expect. He started warming up really late, and then we had that situation where the ball hit the umpire, and it kind of gave him a chance to get ready and come in the game. And he did what he did against Cincinnati, so it was fun to watch, and we're looking forward to the next game.
Rob, what did you think about the at-bats from your top three guys in the lineup? It seemed like Ohtani handled them pretty well.
Yeah, he really pitched them well. A lot of off-speed pitches, dotted his fastball. Ohtani was good tonight. He really was. So tip your cap and move on.
Can you walk us through that, Shohei? You talked yesterday about possibly being a little nervous. How did it feel to pitch in your first postseason game, and what were the good and the bad?
試合前はそうですね、いろいろ、ね、データを整理している段階とかでは試合の中をイメージして緊張感というのがありましたけど、実際に試合で投げることに関しては集中して緊張感ありましたけど、それよりも集中して試合に入っていけてたかなと思います。
Yeah, prior to the game, just preparing for the game, just looking at the data, doing my usual preparation. I was a little nervous, imagining myself out there on the mound. But once I was on the mound and on the field, that went away, and it was really me focusing.
Sure, congratulations. It seemed like in the eighth inning you were showing bunt when you were looking to hit. Can you just kind of take me through that moment and related as you were coming out to the bullpen? You were acknowledging the crowd. It seems like you were kind of taking it all in and embracing being sort of in enemy territory. Just take me through your thinking in those two moments, please.
最後はそうですね、ウィルナーとバットぐらいで朗希が作り始めてたので、監督から時間を稼いでほしいっていうオーダーが出てましたし、そういう意味ではいいフォアボールになったのかなとは思うので、良かったのかなとは思いますね。はい、
I was told by Dave Roberts to make some time for Roki pitching the bullpen, warming up. So I wanted to do everything in my power to make sure we got ample time for him.
Okay, we're going to go right here, second row, right?
Just the moment before the game.
試合前の手を挙げて、
いや試合前は特に、さっきも言いましたけど、データ整理をしている段階では緊張しましたけど、比較的ゲームとゲーム前はいい集中力と楽しんで、ブルペンのセッションも今まで以上にいいセッションでしたし、いい感じで試合に臨めてたかなと思います。
なんかブルペンでテレビの上に手を挙げたことの件らしいです。
そうです。全体的に楽しめたということです。
Okay. Yeah, just I was just really I was able to enjoy the atmosphere, and that was the action that I took. But it was, as I said before, I was preparing for the game, just being focused on the game, and a little bit of nervousness, but I definitely enjoyed the time prior and during the bullpen warming up.
すみません、2回に失点して5回にまたピンチが訪れてシュラバー選手最後カーブで三振取ったと思うんですけど、あそこはやっぱり1点もやれない場面だったと思うんですけど、対決を振り返ってどのように切り抜けたかっていうとお願いします。
そうですね、試合の行方を決定づける場面だったかなとは思うので、先制点取られた後に、味方が反撃に出る、そこまでしっかりと粘れば必ず勝つチャンスが来るかなとは思ってたので、3-2になった段階で僕の中にもカーブの選択肢がほとんどでしたし、ウィルから来た要求も一発目はカーブだったので、確実にいけるんじゃないかなと思って自信を持って投げました。
今日、これまで復帰後フォーシームの、ハードヒット、された率ですね、100マイル以上なんっていうのが8本しかなかったのが、今日は最初の2イニングだけで3本あった。でその後も割合を減らさなかったというのはおそらくかなり質が良かったということだと思うんですけれども、その中で相手の反応だったり対応、フォーシームに対するでやっぱりパワーピッチャーとしての自分を貫いた、その辺の駆け引きっていうのはどういうものがあったんでしょうか。
打たれたトリプルよりもやっぱりその前のマーシ選手の2ストライク追い込んだ後のセンター前が一番いらなかったかなというか、もう少し工夫できたのかなっていうところはあるので、全体通してあとはスプリットを2巡目以降取っておきたいなと思う中で、その前にちょっと失点してしまったという形だったのかなと思ってます。
Yeah, Shohei, a rough night at the plate, 4 strikeouts, 3 of them uncalled third strikes. What did you think about those at bats? How difficult was Sanchez, and why did you end up in those situations?
まあもちろん対戦した、ね、ピッチャーの質も高いですし、素晴らしいピッチャーが5打席ともマウンドにはいたので、なかなかこう、ね、打てる機会っていうのがなかったですけど、それでもムーキーとテオが後ろにいる中で、まずは左ピッチャーをあの場面で出してもらえるっていうのが、まあ、この打線の組んでる意味だと思うので、そういう段階で、まあ、一つまずは使ってもらえたっていうのが僕の中では僕は一番にあそこにいる意味だとは思うので、なおかつヒットが、ね、打てればそれはベストだったのかなとは思ってます。
Yeah, really quality arms coming out of the the Phillies starting pitcher and bullpen, and the fact that when I'm leading off, it does allow for the bullpen, the left-handed bullpen, to come out. That really gives Mookie and Teo hitting behind me the opportunity to be able to hit. So in that sense, like I felt like even though the results weren't good, that I was able to contribute in that sense.
Shohei, you've been through a lot rehabbing this year and in the past. This is kind of a simple question. It would have been a lot easier to just be a hitter. Why is it so important to you to do both?
なんでですかね、できると思っているからだとは一番思いますけど、それがまあ自分の色であり自分の強みだと思っているので、どちらでもチームにとってプラスになるのであれば、それは、ね、自分にしかできない役割だと思うので、はい、それをこなしていくのが今の仕事だと思ってます。
Yeah, the reason why I'm a two-way player is because that's who I am, and it's what I can do, and also at the same time, it's what the team wants. So that's the reason why I've been doing this.
Shohei, can you take us through the moment when Teo hit the home run? Where were you, and also the feelings after you saw the ball going over the fence?
いやもう素晴らしい瞬間ですね。これこそこうポストシーズンの醍醐味っていうそういう瞬間だったんじゃないかなと思います。
It was a great moment. It's definitely a highlight for us and for the team.
Dave, congrats on the win. Just take me through, obviously, we've talked about the history. Shohei's done so much of this. What was it like just seeing him do this, actually accomplish it? The 9 strikeouts, playing this full game, still active on both ends. You talked about just now that this is who he is, but what is that like to see anew?
Well, it's certainly never been done, certainly at this level. I think it just really, speaks to, I use the word compartmentalize a lot, but this epitomizes compartmentalize. And, he's essentially 2 people, in one night, in one game. To kind of look at the at-bats that he took tonight and how he struggled offensively, but to separate that, and just be a pitcher and weather that inning, that 3-run inning, to then go out there and give us 6 innings, keep us in the ball game. I just don't know any human that can manage that, those emotions, and how do you not take that to the mound? So yeah, we continue to just witness history.
And just related to that decision you're making, 2 runners are on, already down 3-0. Didn't look like there was even a stirring in the pen. It seemed like you were just going with him in that spot. Can you just take me through what you're thinking about in that moment?
I just felt that he was just getting better as the night went on. I felt he was the best option, and nothing that I was seeing showed a drop-off. And so, if he could chew up a couple more innings, I felt it would help us, tonight and the games going forward. So, yeah, and that next inning after 6, I felt the stress before, all that stuff. I felt his job was done, but and also given his first playoff game. But I felt really confident in him, getting through 6 with us for us.
Yeah, Dave, Glasnow to Vesia to Sasaki, how close to your plan was that? And can we call Sasaki the closer now?
I don't know how close it was. I felt good with Glass tonight in some capacity, given he's going to start a potential game 4. I felt good about Vesia in some capacity tonight, and with Roki, I just felt that the lane right there, asking Alex to do an up-down, I just felt, comfortable with him right there. So, and honestly, I could have went to a couple other guys in those spots, but, just kind of knowing who I got, I felt good about those guys we were running out there.
And also just the fact that, tonight, right, Ohtani was, right, good but not great, right, pitching-wise, with that second inning. The fact that he struck out 4 times tonight. The fact that you guys were still able to win the game, how important do you think that was?
It was huge. He's not always going to be perfect, but I do feel that him giving up the 3 and to still go out there and give us 6 innings, so 5 innings tonight he threw shutout baseball, was huge. So it's a quality start for him. He gets the win.
Hi, David. What was the process behind telling Shohei to take his time at the plate in 9th inning?
Yeah, I was just trying to buy a little bit more time for Roki. They put Wilson in Sosa's spot. Knew they probably, couldn't hit for Kepler. Wilson was already out on the field, so just kind of weighing my options on does Vesia go back out there to have Trinan behind him, and then ultimately I decided to go with Roki. So I felt we just needed to buy some more time.
Tyler, just to come out of the bullpen in this one, I know it was almost like a very intense elevated side work, but for you coming out, what was it just like kind of going on that mound today?
Definitely different. I think I was in the bathroom and the phone rang and they yelled my name. I was like, all right, here we go. And I ran up and warmed up and definitely felt weird, but fun, like adrenaline. You kind of have more things going, not as much effort to get the same stuff, I guess. And warmed up, Teo hit that homer. That was great.
I think they have something, and you talk about going into Philly and taking game 1, getting home field advantage. For sure you have a chance to close out at home. That's all you can ask for. You get the split on the road and try to take it to the house.
Dodgers now on an 8-game winning streak. They were the most comeback wins in the National League with 48. This is their second already in the playoffs. Had one in the wild card, now this one. But Pedro, the tone that was set tonight, what does this carry forward to the rest of this series?
Well, it's a confidence boost for the LA Dodgers, especially knowing how they went through Cincinnati. I told you in the pregame show that I liked the kind of energy that they were bringing into these games.
Yes, you did.
And they showed it again. I mean, they look confident. And you watch every one of them, full of experience, full of talent, a lineup that's full from top to bottom. And more scary than anything is that they look healthy.
How about the fact that Shohei and Mookie went 0 for 9 and you still take the W?
I think even if you have those two, there's so many names that are still able to come up with big hits. We talked about Kike near the bottom of the lineup and what he can do.
What were your big takeaways from Shohei and for Sanchez, those 2 pitching performances?
They were both great. They were both great. Shohei faced some adversity in the second inning. So did Sanchez at the top, but they were able to get out of it. And as a pitcher, you're going to face it. He happened to get out of it. Shohei ended up giving up 3 runs, but he kept his team right there. He didn't give up any more. He had 1 bad inning, a pitch to JT that probably should have been a double, but Teoscar let it go by for a triple. The sac fly the next batter, and we talked about that may be a big play in the game. And it was until Teoscar came up and hit the 3-run home run. And you can see the pitcher was missing the spots on that one. But Shohei was dealing. He was Shohei like we thought he would. Had his curveball going. He had 100, moving the ball all over the place, and Sanchez was missing bats.
Yeah, Sanchez looked a little bit fatigued to me when he was pulled out. And I don't know, but I kind of sensed it. But Ohtani picked up his rhythm as he got going. Once he went through the bad moment he was going through in that second inning, he turned it up, and his rhythm actually got better. His stuff was better, and he looked more confident every single time he got a batter out.
Phillies were beating Ohtani. Great pitching matchup. The Phils back into the bullpen had been so good, and then all of a sudden the home run, you're like, oh my God, the Dodgers are going to win this game, aren't they? And now they're up 1-0 and feel great about the way their rotation is set up.
I've been on the other side, Kevin, and some wins just feel like they're bigger than just one win.
Yeah.
I mean, Phillies did so many things great. They started early. They had the fans in the game. They got to Ohtani a little bit. Ohtani on the other side goes 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, 3 looking, and somehow or another is Teoscar Hernandez, who gets benched 6 weeks ago with a lot of pride, gives Dave Roberts a lot of credit, puts him on the bench, and since he's been dynamite. Last 19 games, 7 home runs, 20 RBIs, and today, again, the hero in October.
When you
think about the Dodgers winning a game, the first thing you look at is what Ohtani did. He pitched really well, but offensively he went 0 for 4 tonight, and they still got away with a win as a visitor. That sent a big message to the Philadelphia Philly. I think they just walk into some trouble tonight. I know it's the first game, but tomorrow he's not going to come as a pitcher. He's going to come as an offensive player, and that's what he's really good at.
And
so look out.
Yeah, Poppy, talking about tomorrow, you have Snell pitching. And Snell pitches, Monday actually. But well, it's actually almost. it's almost all the same.
We've been here for too long, people.
But
is it tomorrow?
Something like that. He pitches really, really well against the Phillies.
Yeah.
And he dominates, and I mean dominates, Harper and Schwarber. So not such good news for the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, Derek, your point too about Dave Roberts, you know, their bullpen has been a little bit of a mess back into the season and trying to figure it out. And so today he throws out Tyler Glasnow, does a good job. Vesia, who's been up and down, gets a big out. And then Roki Sasaki, who was hurt most of the year. His velocity was way down, and just for the playoffs, he's throwing one-on-one, and now he's your closer.
He knows his players.
Unreal.
Right? He knows his players. He trusts his players. He puts them in a position to succeed. It's almost like the Dodgers just, I don't know if I'm saying it right, because they're not going through the motions. But the regular season, they're just saying, okay, we're just going to get ready for the postseason. And then we just turn it on because we know what it takes to win. But it all starts with Dave Roberts.
That's what they did with Shohei. Like, first 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings, he just slowly upped his game, and now he threw 6 innings and was unbelievable in his playoff debut.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。